Good morning. I had the occasion this week to help out my friend Bill Keel. He called me one morning and told me that this backache that he'd been having for about 2 weeks had escalated, the pain had escalated overnight, and he wanted to go to emergency. And so I picked him up, we went in. And when we got there, the admitting nurse was asking him all kinds of questions, as they do, wanting to know how he had hurt his back. And Bill said, well, he was explaining that he had picked up this 40-pound saw and then twisted. And she said, well, why would you pick up a heavy saw? And if you know Bill, you know he gets a little blunt on occasion, and especially if he's not feeling well. And in a very disgusted voice, he said, well, it was in my way. I'm building a room. Well, the nurse was just astonished. She said, Bill, you are 93 years old. You have no business building a room. Well, you know Janna. She got right up there in her face. I said, you know, Bill is 93 years old because he's building a room.
Yay!
All right. She wasn't sure what I meant. I said, what we get out of life is all about our attitude. Bill doesn't think like a 93-year-old man. He doesn't act like a 93-year-old man. Consequently, he is not 93. Not where it matters. In his head, in his heart. How many of us allow our doctors, our relatives, our friends, our neighbors even, to tell us that we shouldn't do something because we are too old, or too young, or not smart enough? We hear things like, we're not tall enough, or strong enough, or thin enough, or, heaven forbid, good enough. The point is that we listen to others to tell us who and what we should be. Not only do we listen, but we believe them. We accept it. Do you know that you are and will continue to be whatever you accept in your mind? Now, this isn't some spiritual woo-woo that we throw out here every Sunday morning. This is the way life works. Our imaginations create our world. Does this mean that God doesn't create it? No. God is our imagination. Our imagination has the strength and power of God. That's why it works. God does the creating, but we make the choices as to what goes into the imagination. We often get stuck in what we see out here, forgetting that what's out there started in our imagination. We are what we believe we are. And belief begins in what we accept about ourselves. We create through the God power of imagination. Now, I know this to be true because I, over the last couple of years, have recreated major portions of my world through conscious imagination. Our belief, our imagining about ourselves, is how we see and what shows up in our world. Do you like what you see in your world? If not, you can change it. What does our friend Bill have that makes him tower over some of the younger men? attitude. What makes some people successful while others fail? Attitude. Attitude is everything. Good intentions, goal setting, even knowledge isn't enough without attitude. Take a moment today. Check out who and what you're allowing to help determine how you see your world. As for me, I think I'll just hang on to my attitude. Thanks.